I have to come to the studio. Steve, Tosika, the finance minister
Sorry.
Is now telling us that this is going to give us inclusivity, strong growth, etc. Is he acknowledging that he has failed as a finance minister?
Thank you very much. My regards to our viewers and listeners this morning. I am even surprised where you are starting from. If he has failed as a finance minister, then the world has failed. It is a fact. If he has failed, I'm not saying you are saying he has failed. You are asking a question, which is good. But if he has failed, then the world has failed. It's very simple.
How so?
When we say this, people deceptively try to say we are comparing Ghana to one country. I don't believe in that. I believe in comparing a country to global performance or continental performance. Anybody that understands these things will appreciate what I'm talking about. Because countries have different dynamics. But we talk about giant economies that we even depend on, such as UK, US, and the Asian countries. I came from UK 2016. It's good that, on the 16th, I think last month, it's good that my brother went to Sheffield, which was close to my school. Their base rate, which is government interest rate, if I should put it, base rate for banks, post-COVID had been increased 1,600% from 0.25 to 4.5%. In fact, on their major news bullet, they were saying that 40-year all-time high inflation rate within a period of about 3 months. Nurses, doctors, teachers, aviation, magistrate court, railway workers, they all had been on strike. A lot of things are going on, even in the countries we depend on. Post-COVID inflationary rate globally is hovering around 300%. UK was about 1.71. It went to 11.1. US was about 1.2. It went to about 9.1. Check. And even the continental one. When he said this, they go and quote Francophone countries who do not have the economic sovereignty and that everything is enshrined in France. What I'm trying to say is that it is a fact that there's hardship. Our economy has suffered. But it is a fact that it is globally induced. 2, we went through impaired productivity.
No, wait. The globally induced pressures that have affected our economy. Mm-hmm. Which ones? And you look at the indicators from our own policy interventions or indiscriminate interventions that have led us here. The global pressures that have resulted or contributed to us being here today. Which ones are our own fault?
Which ones are our own fault?
What are our own policy actions and decisions?
I'll talk about that, but let me finish. No. If you say which
Stay on the global before then you go to the other one. That's all. Just clarify that for me.
What I'm trying to say is that Ghana as a country, whether government A or B, the fact that we are an import-driven economy, we have issues. I mean, we all accept it.
When did we realize this? It's always been in the textbooks, and also if you study the structure of our economy is the same.
If you ask a question and I'm explaining, if you want us to educate the people, let me explain. Then you ask me. If not, it will be banter. The point I'm making, you can call all professors in Ghana. They should pick Bible and Quran. If I'm lying, because a lot of them have underlying political interests. Nobody will say that this government hasn't made mistake or some of the challenges are not domestically driven. But it is a fact that almost all the parameters that we have issues internally are problems we've been having. Even I was a child, but I knew about Rawlings, his late former president, His Excellency. I knew about Kufuor. I knew about late Mills. I knew about former President Mahama. I knew about Nanato. All the problems that we are listing and talking about, in all periods, they raise those issues. If I'm lying, tell me.
No, you're not lying.
Unemployment, inflation rate.
But didn't we know that prior to 2017?
So, do you know that you are shifting the debate?
No, I'm not.
We are having properly discussing. I'm talking about global. You ask me, then I explain. But when I ask, you ask another thing. So I have to move and go and answer another thing.
Okay.
I don't think we are helping the listeners or viewers. That's my view anyway. It's globally because the globe's primary macro indicators had been affected. If it's not true, tell me. 2, before COVID, from 2016 up to 2019, getting to 2020, all the primary macro indicators, in fact, our deficit was 5%, thereabout. Lending rate had been reduced from almost 40% to about 20%. In fact, T-bills within the same period was about 22.5. It came to about 12. Our GDP was growing averagely 7%. So if you have a wife in the house, everything is going on well. You pay kids' fees, you pay everything, and something naturally or unexpected happened to the community, and your work become impaired, and you can't pay. Then they are saying that, oh, my husband is this. Let's be honest. There are challenges in Ghana which I agree. There are faults and weaknesses of all governments which I agree. But the severity and acute nature of what is happening, except those who think there's no God, that they will not say that look, supply chain was affected to the extent that item that was being imported to Ghana here, when they shipped, they were taking about $2,000, $4,000. They were taking $12,000. That one is in Nadu or former President Mahama. Then we had about 21 impaired productivity. When in our history that Ghanaians were asked to stay home, that they will be paid. I'm asking you that stay home, but you were paid. Even when that short period ended, we ran shift 5 come, 5 stay for almost 13 months. And we had revenue shortfall of about 12 billion. Africa grew negative 2.03. The world projection was negative 0.3. We grew negative 0.4. So your debt to GDP will go up because domestically we are not raising revenue because productivity has been impaired. So government resorted to the use of debt financing, and debt over GDP will be high. These are honest, speaking notes.
Realization.
Anybody can, when NDC guys do that, I agree, because they are doing politics, and people have done the same. But my problem is with those called professors, doctors. Some are church elders.
What do they say?
A lot of them, either they will speak for MPP and this because of their interest. And it's not agreeing this country any good. We go to church. Me, I'm not holy. But at least the things that I can do to support my Christian life, I try small. It's not only fornication and murder that are sins. If we want this country to move on, sometimes let's move UNDC MPP. And as experts in these areas, speak the truth. Okay. Other than that, we will keep on recycling the same problem. Look, if you like former President Mahama come, let Nana stay on. The same problems until as a country, honestly, my educated brother here, myself, will move beyond politics and say that enough of always depending on others. How can we build our economy such that we will not import fruit juice and create value chain? Me call London. Sorry. When I went to London, I was a small boy.
Stika, the question I asked was, when did we realize this?
When I realized long time. But the media, you don't listen to these things.
Are you sure?
You are interested in propaganda. I wouldn't. Oh no, you are not getting what I'm saying. I should have said maybe most of the media practitioners and the public. They are only interested in sometimes fake news, comedies, extracts, propaganda. But when you're giving something which is educative, you don't even emphasize on those things. And that is why we are all being misled and people make arbitrary decisions. The point I'm making is that what is happening today, it happened some time ago. It will happen again if all of us, we fail to revolutionize our mindset. If all of us fail to realize that there are wrong fundamentals. Look, there are so many not going well in Ghana. Whether on the NDC or MPP, not necessarily Nana or former President Mahama. A country that government can borrow on our domestic market at a higher rate than private sector. T-bills give you offers.
Now who caused them?
No, this one you can't blame. I'm saying that these are all fundamentals that it is time we all, moved away from this, politics of who did that and lie, and build our fundamentals. If not, you keep on asking me this, NDC will come.
Now what's the
same? You ask them the same, another person will come. So should we continue recycling our problems? When we know, look, there are so many things we need to do right. They can do politics, they can do whatever. I don't care. I am there. You are there. If something goes on bad in our country, it affects all of us. That's my point.